I still can see that a lot of people do not know the reason why God created animals, plants, herbs, water bodies, mountains, and all the natural resources way before he created human beings, or he created mankind. And the reason why God did that was to make sure that when he created us and we now finally come to settle on this planet, we live a very comfortable life, because a man cannot live without water, a man cannot live without air, a man can simply not live without plant, herbs, and other water bodies and other natural resources. And we, as mankind, have been enjoying all these natural resources from time immemorial all the way to as I am even speaking. So it tells you that the plant, the earth, the animals, the water bodies, all the natural resources complement us. And for that matter, we as human beings need not to perform a special rituals onto these natural resources, or recite a special words or incantations onto these natural resources before we can use them. Especially, we don't have to put a coin under a plant or under a particular tree before we pluck them. We don't have to recite a special recitation or incantation onto a particular plant before we can use them. This is simply because God Almighty created that plant way before you, and he created the plant before you because when you come, everything will be ready for you. So God has already done everything onto it. All the rituals, all the incantations, everything, all the energies the plant should possess, God has already installed it into the plant. So when you come, all you need to do is to either praise the name of that God who created this plant, because this plant, you can see, didn't create itself. There is a special supernatural being who created this plant, and that supernatural being is Almighty God. So I think the only thing you can even do when you are coming to pluck out this plant for your spiritual purposes is to mention the name of that God who created it. But under no circumstance should you put a coin, or you seek permission from the plant itself before you pluck it, because God has created it and given it to you for free. All you need to do is to acquire the knowledge of how to use it. So upon acquiring the knowledge of how to use it, you can just come and use it. Yesterday, I posted a video in relation to this same topic where I vehemently spoke against people who always put coins under trees, under plants before they pick it up, or who recite a special incantations onto those plants before using them. One gentleman came out to say that I don't know what I'm saying because I am not a spiritual person. I don't think the powerful spiritual people here in this country, they are on social media. So the fact that somebody is not speaking about spirituality on his page doesn't necessarily mean he does not know anything about spirituality. Because as I indicated, spirituality don't even like publicity. The powerful spiritualists are not on social media. All these people who come on social media to expose their spiritual, prowess and so on and so forth, they are minute when it comes to spirituality. They are lightweight, because if you are heavyweight in spirituality, you don't even speak about it on social media, and you don't come out and avail yourself to the social media. Spirituality is like an occult. It's secrecy. It is practiced in secrecy. This gentleman was chastising me, or was cautioning me not to speak about things I do not know, and for them, because he hasn't seen me speaking about spirituality on my page. All he knew me to be doing best was to be speaking, you know, about the health benefit of plant herbs. So he was even asking me to stick to my lane, not to even go say what. So the fact that I am not speaking about spirituality on my page, or my page is not a spiritually inclined page, therefore I don't know anything about it. So I asked him to retract his statement, because I don't need to come out and tell you I know more about spirituality. I have been using the lives of cassava, the lives of, you know, other herbs to treat people, you know, spiritually. That one, I don't speak about it. It is in secrecy. There are things in spirituality you don't have to bring it out in the public domain. But behind the scene, people who knows it. You understand? So the fact that you don't see people talking about spirituality doesn't mean they are not spiritually inclined. This guy was just, you know, saying that I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, because it is a barter trade between and his whole argument was that putting the coins under the tree is like a barter trade. It's like you are buying the plant, you are buying. So I asked him, who is getting the money? Who is getting the money? Who is getting the money? That coin you have just put in under the plant is for who? Is it for the plant itself? And what is the plant going to use it for? You understand? Meanwhile, my argument was that there are a lot of supernatural, or there are a lot of, you know, spirit beings who normally finds some of these herbs, some of these plants as their place of settlement. The big trees, the giant trees, the mountains, the water bodies, and so on and so forth. All these natural resources, the water bodies and all that, they serve as, you know, an abode, or they serve as a settlement to some of these, you know, spirit beings. So it will be very, very difficult for you to say that this particular cassava leaf I am just standing by speaking about or speaking to you does not have a spirit who is living here. That is where they are resting place. So the moment you come and put a coin over there and start speaking to the plant, you are not rather speaking to the cassava plant. You are rather speaking to the supernatural being, or the spirit being. And the spirit being is going to take up your request and then do the bidding for you. And at the end of the day, the spirit being is going to expect a reward from you. And that reward will be a very great consequences. So I said that no, if you are going to use a plant for any spiritual work, just go mention the name of the person who created the plant, which is God. Which is God. And then you go and use it and it will work. I have been using cassava plant like this and be using it on, you know, for spiritual purposes. And I don't recite any special word on it. I don't put any coin on it, and it is working. What about that? What about that? So please, I know you people have, you know, are trying to monopolize the whole, you know, herbal, you know, spiritual things so that people don't go into it. And some of us are here to open the people's eye, to decode whatever you people have been coding. I understand that you people are going to speak against, you know, against it, but hey, truth must be told. That is the gospel truth. So henceforth, if you are going for a plant like cassava, this cassava, for instance, this cassava, if you are someone who doesn't want to be disturbed while traveling, or if you are a frequent traveler and you want to board a car and you don't want to be disturbed by urine, sometimes when you are traveling, you know, for a long journey, along the journey you realize that you want to urinate. Meanwhile, nobody in the car apart from you is having, or is going through what you are going through. So sometimes it becomes very difficult for you to even shout and tell the driver to stop for you to urinate. Even though when you do that and the driver obliges to your request, by the time you say jack, all of the people in the car will also follow you and will all go and urinate, and you ask yourself why. So all of them were, you know, going through the same thing, but they kept quiet. It is because sometimes some people don't have that courage to initiate a move. So if you are somebody like that and you don't want to be disturbed by urination or whatever, all you need to do when you reach the station or before you board the car, go and empty your bladder in the washroom. After that, you insert this leaf in your panties. Let it touch your private part. That is the end of the case. You will travel throughout the day. You will not feel the urgency to go urinate until you get to your final destination. This is supernatural. This is powerful. It is an energy. It is a vibration. It is a frequency. It is natural. It is natural. It is spiritually. But you don't have to recite any word onto it. You don't have to put coins under it before it will work. So what about the barter trade kind of thing? This gentleman was saying that I don't know things about this. It is a barter trade. It is, and he even said that, okay, if I say that is how God created it, why do we wear? I should be naked walking because that is how I was brought to this world. This is just, you know, not logic. It doesn't tally. So brothers and sisters, I am shooting this video to just let you know that indeed herbal plant herbs have spiritual uses, but you don't have to recite any word onto it. You don't have to put coins under it. The moment you do that, you are going into covenant with a particular being, spirit being. Yes, the moment you do that, you are going into covenant with a spirit being. You are rather worshiping that spirit, that, you know, entity. You are going on to a binding contract with that entity, and that entity is going to do it for you perfectly. But at the end of the day, you are going to what? You are going to suffer the consequences. So I am on the other hand telling you that you can go and pluck it without putting any coin under it, without reciting any special word onto it, and it is going to work. If you like, try it. Kindly copy the link of this video, share to your friends, your family, and people around you. And if this happens to be the very first time, you can just subscribe to the channel and then make sure you click onto the notification bell, select all, so that anytime we bring you videos such as this one, you will be the first person to get notified. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.